Hello, everyone. How are you doing today? Welcome to Bridie's Straight Talk. It is March 18th, 2021. I gotta tell you, I knew nothing about this. I heard nothing about this. It's been on none of my social media. Nobody has talked about this. And I think you guys need to know about this. Here we go.
Devin Pilato for MediaMonarchy.com. When content violates this standard, it is removed from the platform. We've got that story, plus Cooties 19, of course, is now coming for your kids. But first, we begin with This Week in Pushback. If you left the slave news plantation years and years ago, if I get canceled for saying horrible things like that, you already know that there are massive rallies planned for this Saturday, March 20th, 2021, spring equinox, all around the world. James, just one quick search myself. Hawaii, Bulgaria, Nevada, Adelaide,
Israel,
and of course even kind of nearby
Finland,
in
Italy,
Albuquerque, on and on and on.
Ukraine.
We will include some of our best searches to help you find something near you, but your non-player character associates are just mainlining that mainstream poison, both I think literally and figuratively. So basically the Dino Media knows they have to keep Orange Man hate alive. It is their lifeblood, and really helpful. It distracts from nothing really changing, except, of course, I had to double-check, James, 4,200 more
Biden's
kids
border
in cages
crisis.
since,
Number
of course,
of kids
the new
detained
administration
soars
has
past
taken
record
over.
levels.
Meanwhile, Hair Sniffer
as
has
Dems
barred
blame
the
Donald
lawyers.
Trump.
Even Orange Man didn't do that. But I wouldn't hold your breath for another AOC
All
photo
those
shoot crying
children
outside the gates. But we'll get into it. Up first, Yellow News Rag owned
With Trump gone,
by
QAnon
the
groups
guy that
focus
does the
fury on
CIA's
attacking
cloud
coronavirus
computing.
vaccines.
With Trump gone, QAnon groups focus fury on attacking coronavirus vaccines, aka the other headline you might find the story under, as the dinosaur media loves to A/B test their headlines for maximum clicks. QAnon groups on Telegram seethe with COVID denialism and vaccine misinformation. So, fury or seething, either way, it of course implies just the violent anger.
Just think
Telegram
about that for a minute,
channels
guys.
whose names bristle with references to QAnon and Trump mix posts from conspiracy theorists such as Alex Jones with homages to the former president and posts promoting resistance to pandemic public health measures. These include the burning of masks, refusing of coronavirus testing, and discouraging friends and family members from getting the life-saving vaccine. Citation needed. Numerous QAnon groups are pushing March 20th as a worldwide rally for freedom, calling for global protests against pandemic health restrictions. That is from the old Democracy Dies in Darkness Amazon posts, but it doesn't end there. From Newspeak magazine, global March 20th anti-vaccine protests promoted by QAnon-linked groups. A number of anti-vaccine protests have been planned all across the world, which appear to be heavily linked to the QAnon movement in all but name.
Mm-hmm.
The worldwide rally for freedom and democracy events on March 20th are being widely promoted online, with rallies against coronavirus restrictions and the tyranny of the vaccine implementation taking place in countries such as the U.S., Australia, Canada, Japan, and Germany. Giant Trump fans. They all totally voted for him.
Oh, sure they did.
A channel on encrypted messaging service app Telegram promoting the anti-vaccine events across the world currently has more than 35,000 subscribers. Also dozens of separate worldwide demonstration Telegram channels promoting each planned protest in individual countries. While the demonstrations are not appearing to be specifically tied to the QAnon, and are also promoted by other anti-vax groups, a number of QAnon supporters are pushing the events using language and phrases commonly associated with the conspiracy theorists. We're not saying that everyone that listens to AC/DC is a serial killer. We're just implying that serial killers have listened to AC/DC, so possibly the most desperate from the fake left losers at Raw Story, far-right Trump supporters hope to use RFK Jr.-backed protests to stage comeback. I'm not even going to read any of that one, but it'll be in your show notes with archive links that, of course, avoid giving them any traffic. So it seems like what they're basically saying is, so it's not really QAnon and they're not really Trump supporters, but we know that those are some of the few key phrases that the masses of asses are currently programmed to alert to.
Sure.
So there you have it. Corporate media settles the science. QAnon racists, they're all hopped up on that insurrection juice. I hear they're going to kick the syringe out of Grandma's arm this weekend while they throw the masker babies out of their incubators. James, you know I'm exaggerating, but this is where
Not
we've
by
gotten
much.
to.
You're not exaggerating by much. And no, you stress the exact right points here. Of course, they are latching on to all the buzzwordy clickbait terms that they can cram into these headlines. It's QAnon, anti-vaxxer, right-wing, blah, 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 insurrection, da-da-da, buzzword, catchphrase, clickbait, click on this. And for obvious reasons, I think, the obvious bottom line reasons of get more clicks, get more traffic, which of course is why we link the archive.is versions of these so they don't get any traffic from anyone clicking through to read these stories, because we do encourage people to read stories that we're citing. Read them for yourself. Come to your own conclusion whether or not you think that these are valuable pieces of hard-hitting reporting or fake news crap that is being spouted by known habitual liars.
Damn.
And I find it particularly funny that Raw Story article that you're talking about, the far-right Trump rally that RFK Jr. is backing. What? How does that work? RFK Jr. far-right? And I'll just read the last paragraph. Kennedy has attempted to distance himself from any far-right associations engendered by the August 29th, 2020 rally. He told Raw Story he is suing the Daily Kos over an article headlined "Anti-Vaxxer RFK Jr. joins neo-Nazis in massive Berlin anti-corona
love how they
protest."
use that
So
word.
yeah, I mean, these people are
Nazis is
literally
being
being
overused,
sued
too.
for these types of headlines, but doesn't matter, they'll just slap more out there, just keep it going, and that's totally fine, 100%. You know, that's the kind of news that's okay to put on YouTube or anywhere else. And Patreon, yeah, we'll support your hard-hitting journalism, but if you question any of this, then you're the dangerous sort, right? Of course, anyway, our audience knows that that's all garbage, but let's just reflect on the way that they are trying to gin up the hatred by using the buzzwords and latching onto the terms that they even admit in their articles make no sense and have no bearing on this. Anyway, for people who are actually interested in what we're really talking about here, which is the rally, I've heard about this from several people, including people in Japan. I've got a link that I'll throw in the notes for the Tokyo rally. I've got a link for the Nagoya rally. I was just doing some research, just typing in, Canada, Calgary. Of course, there is a Walk for Freedom taking place in Calgary at 1 p.m. I'll throw in the link to that. Anyway, I think the best way to do this is wherever you live, if you're interested, worldwide rally, March 20th, your city name, you will be able to find something, I am sure. And, what is the point of these protests and rallies? What do they accomplish? At the very least, we have been talking a lot recently about the digital prison and hearing from so many people. I don't know anyone in my area who's questioning any of this. I'm the only one who walks around without a mask or whatever. Well, here's a way to potentially meet like-minded people in real physical meet space, to at least know that there are people in your area, and to demonstrate that to the lying fake news media that want to convince you you're the only crazy far-right QAnon buzzword fringe nut, and there's no one else who believes anything. You're just so crazy. Oh yeah? Watch this. And so that is, I think, part of the value of these types of demonstrations, literally demonstration, that there are people out there who do recognize that the emperor is wearing no clothes and are not afraid to go out and say it.
I can include a link to, and I've been reached out to by some of the folks involved with it, for the Albuquerque rally, which could be the closest one to me. I don't know. There might even, that's the thing. We don't know until we search it and find out. There might be something going on right here in Santa Fe. James, we did the stupid time change here in the States this past Sunday.
So there you have it, guys.
The time change.
There's going to be a rally on the 20th of March, 2021. Look it up in your area. Just put in Rally for Freedom. Like for me, Siloam Springs, Arkansas. See what comes up. This is the first time I've heard about it, or else I would have brought it to you guys sooner. I hope you guys understood why I showed that long clip of them talking, because they are using the Q as, and Trump supporters, and I'm going to be saying all kinds of words, but they're using all the things to make it a fight. And as we know, what we saw this last year, that when there's rallies and there's good people that might just want to say, you know, damn it, listen to us. This has been ridiculous. We've seen through this. We're not wearing our damn masks anymore. Maybe there's just people so frustrated and they feel like they need to get together with like-minded people and talk. It could turn into stupid where cities burn again because some people got paid by Soros or whoever to drop some pallets of bricks in every city, to pay people to do stupid. And I really hope that's not the case, because, and it's not cute people and just Trump supporters and all that either. There's a lot of us that don't play on either side of the political game. And we just see things for what they are. You know, this so-called reality. We just see things for what they are. From the very beginning, we knew that this was a plan. And this was we're going to give you a problem, you show us a reaction, and we're going to give you the solution. And the solution is, guys, get the jab. I hate that word. It's so funny how even in the beginning of the virus, it had like 3 different names within the first 6 months. And that's the other game they play. They're always messing with our minds and our brains, and they know how we learn. And yes, everybody learns in different ways, but those sure as hell try to get every way in there to get into every brain. You know what I'm saying? This would be a good thing for folks to do. This gives everybody an opportunity to feel like they're participating in something that they truly believe in. And I highly recommend people get out and do it and participate and understand in your area exactly what it is that they're upset about and why they want to rally. What is it that they want to be heard? What is in their voice to be heard? You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody has different agendas, but I got to tell you, and I told you guys in one of my last videos, the mask wearing has gotten to an absolute red level. We're not an orange level anymore. We're red level. People want to fight for the masks. People have been so brainwashed now and indoctrinated in this that it's become a behavior, and they're wearing their masks. Anyways, I'm going to leave this video to this. I have been asked a couple of questions that I plan on doing videos on. I'm also working on getting myself together on learning how to do articles in videos to make you guys, you know, just to show you guys where I'm getting my information so y'all can look it up. And I'm working on a lot of things, so bear with me. This is Bridie Kelly from Bridie Straight Talk, and if you guys have any comments or you want to share where you know that there's going to be a rally for freedom in your area, please put it in the comments below. And please share, like, and subscribe. And, you know, let's all try to, you know, show your emotions. I'm all about emotions are a part of the human experience, but let's be kind to one another. And if we see stupid, let's try to handle it with a very conscious attitude. TTFN.